Tell me more about Adamaris.
As Alandro's Sul once was to Nerevar, so is
What a comparison to make. Okay, take it easy, man. You're comparing yourself to Saint Nerevar, Lord Nerevar, Mr. Indoril Nerevar himself. Are you allowed to do that? Okay. Next thing you know, this guy's gonna be saying that he's the Nerevarine, huh? In which case, as the temple, at least before we did the main quest, we could fucking do something about this guy. When we had last left the Nerevarine, their adventures with the temple, the tribunal temple of Thirr, continued, with them this time dealing with a whole bunch of ordinators, really. There were ordinators who had gone missing. There were ordinators who wanted to beat the crap out of people. Thankfully, the Nerevarine was able to step in, but that wasn't enough to stop the tensions between House Hlaalu and House Indoril from rising once again back at Thirr. And it was there that Eileen Toloth wanted them to go and quell the possibility of any house war coming to the area. This is the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, Tamriel Rebuilt. This is Morrowind Mondays. Welcome back. Zoop, zoop. There we are. As you can see, we're back in our little abode where I dropped off every single volume of Lex Imperii at long last. I think maybe we'll read another big anthology at the end of this one too, right? What else do I have? Do I have any other wild ones? God, maybe I don't. Maybe that was maybe that was the biggest one, because I did check the 7 fights. There's apparently a book 6. Yeah. So what can you do? What can you do? All right, let's get out of here. Let's head on back to Thirr. There we are. Take the guild guide as well. Great. Over here. And apparently as well, folks wrote in letting me know that there are more quests for the Tribunal Temple here in Endothrin if I wanted to do them, which I originally perhaps wasn't fully high-ranked enough to do them, right? So, hey, maybe we'll follow that up. Let's head on up over here, almost there. And who did I need to speak to? Did I just need to go to Indoril Danvas and convince him to let me handle this situation so it won't escalate? Okay. Sure. Let's head over here, which Indoril Danvas is the noble son in Roa Dyr, right? I think so. Let's head over here. Good. Okay. Let me do a quick save right here, just in case I'm thinking of the wrong dude. Right. This actually may not be who I'm thinking of. I'm pretty sure it is, but it actually might be a different guy. Let's see, was this it? Crossing of lamps? Yeah, but we need the bottom floor, unless he moved around. Is this good?
If you don't leave now, you will
down here. Yeah, there you are. Still present. Get a little bit of healing going on. Okay. Indoril Danvas.
We welcome you freely, Outlander.
If you've come to Roa Dyr to speak with my father, make it quick. There are countless matters that require his attention.
Okay, well, I am here about... Ooh, Mondrethi's slave market. I'm here about Adamaris Saldro.
How do you know that name?
The temple knows that you've been trying to find him. I'm here to help.
Help? Apologies, Outlander, but why would I require your assistance in this matter? I have my informant across the river, and my father has his warriors and assassins at his disposal.
Please, there's no need for violence. Let me help. Have you told your father already of Adamaris's capture? The temple is here to serve you as well. Just tell me what to do. Do we think he'll care about the first one? I don't think so. The third one is the most deceptive of them. Right? I think we're descending into deception, right? Our first option is the least deceptive. And then, have you told your father already of Adamaris's capture? My problem with this choice is I don't know what we're getting at. Right? I would assume that we would retort, he would be like, well, no, I haven't. I can't let him know. And then I'd be like, well, that's why I'm here. Right? Alternatively, it could be even more earnest. Right? It is possible. Unlikely, but possible that I'd be like, well, then let's let him know or something like that. Or you should tell him. This could just be me, like, shooting myself in the foot. Which, like I said, seems unlikely, but I guess it's possible. Let's be duplicitous. The temple is here to serve you as well. Just tell me what to do.
Is that so? I was under the impression that the temple served, above all, to be neutral in this impending house war of ours. But if the temple truly wishes to help, I welcome it. After all, you can walk freely on the Hlaalu side of the river without causing a conflict. You can help me find Adamaris.
Okay, tell me what happened to him. Why was he captured by the Hlaalu?
What I learned from Idura Veron's investigation is that there was an altercation between Adamaris and a group of drunken Hlaalu hirelings. Apparently they insulted my family, and Adamaris felt the need to defend our honor. He has always been a faithful creedman. Before the Ordinators broke off the fight, I'm told one of the Hlaalu was dead, and 3 were grievously injured. Being the man of honor he is, Adamaris voluntarily boarded a ship that took him to the Hlaalu side of the river.
All right, I will find him. Tell me where to go.
I don't know where exactly the Hlaalu took him, but I have a spy on their lands who's been trying to find him. Her name is Tulsi Retherin. I haven't heard from her in a while. She has a hideout under Merengor's house in the Mundrethi slave market. Go there and learn what she has found out.
Okay. Tell me more about Adamaris.
As Alandro Sul once was to Nerevar, so is
What a comparison to make. Okay, take it easy, man. You're comparing yourself to Saint Nerevar, Lord Nerevar, Mr. Indoril Nerevar himself. Are you allowed to do that? Okay. Next thing you know, this guy's gonna be saying that he's the Nerevarina. In which case, as the temple, at least before we did the main quest, we could fucking do something about this guy. Alright.
As Alandro Sul once was to Nerevar, so is Adamaris to me. He is my dearest, most trusted friend and companion. We are bonded. Should we ever march against the Hlaalu, he would be on my left side, carrying my shield. Find him, Lyle Schnub, and you will be rewarded.
I'm very hopeful that I can side against him. Okay. Tell me about Tulsi Retherin? Retharin?
She has a hideout under Merengor's house in the Mundrethi plantation slave market. I don't know what sort of cover story she's told Merengor, but I'm quite sure he doesn't know that she's a spy working for House Indoril. Be careful what you say to Merengor.
Okay, tell me about the slave market. I think we ran through there several times.
There's a one-eyed boatman down at the Roa Dyr docks called Balvis. He's a good man. Speak with him and he'll take you across the river to the slave market, or you can walk there. Your choice.
I'm going to walk there, just in case. I want less Indoril involved in all of this. The fewer Indoril people involved in all this, the better. Okay. Good. I do kind of wish there were more opportunities to work for House Hlaalu here, right? True enough, you are being a little bit... There are opportunities to be duplicitous for House Hlaalu, but there's no just like brazen pro-Hlaalu choices that you can make in the same vein as there is for House Indoril. You know, far more easy to be pro-Indoril than Hlaalu here. Okay, over this way. Good, good, good. Okay, and then... Should we go and check in at the temple? Should we go to Eileen Taloth? I almost feel as if we should, and report the news. Let's do that. It's at the Office of Intercession, right? Let's see, Eileen Taloth.
Greetings, Outlander. Don't I know you from somewhere?
May I help you, Outlander?
Right, Idura Varan was also investigating a bit. What do you know about Adamaris Saldro? No, I don't know who that is. Oh shit, we can... Oh my god, I've accidentally stumbled upon a fucking conspiracy. Don't lie to me, Idura. You wrote to Indoril Danvas about him, didn't you? Are you sure? Are you absolutely sure? Let's be fucking accusatory. You wrote to him. So you know. Fine, I'll admit it. He is a friend of Danvas. He did something bad to a Hlaalu retainer, and so they caught him. I've been trying to find out what happened to him after he was taken away from Thirr, but I have no contacts on the Hlaalu side of the river. I fear that Danvas thinks I'm useless. You're not useless, Idira. And not only useless, but a fool as well. Alright, thank you for this information. You're a fool! I don't need your mockery. I'm miserable enough already. Oh, I can talk about it again. He is a friend of Danvas. He did something bad to a Hlaalu retainer, and so they caught him. I've been trying to find out what happened to him after he was taken away from Thirr. Oh, this is the same. I hope you can find Adamaris. He clearly means a lot to Danvas. Are they fucking? Anything else here? No. Okay, let's see if we can find what's-her-butt. Gosh, where was Eileen Taloth at? Was she actually at the temple? No, she's over here, right? Yeah, Eileen Taloth. Okay. No, I can't bring up anything else. Mediator in the shadows? Yeah, same. Adamaris. Oh, here's a little bit of extra information. I don't know the exact circumstances of his capturing, but I'd imagine that the Hlaalu wouldn't have imprisoned a high-ranking Indoril out of a whim. Not when they know that the Indoril would not take this lightly. You might want to ask Idura Varan about him, since that silly girl was writing letters to Indoril Danvas. Maybe she knows something about the current whereabouts of Adamaris. Okay. I wonder if me being House Hlaalu will get me any additional sway here. That would be fucking sick. That would be fucking sick as shit. Okay. There's Oran Plantation. Oh shit, it's way up there. I think it'd be quicker for me to, recall back to Andothran and then run. Yeah, let's do that. There we are. Was Thirr completed in tandem with all the House Hlaalu stuff? I don't think so, right? It was like this chunk over here was the House Hlaalu expansion that I last got onto. I mean, obviously there's even more now, right? There's Narcissus and all of that even further around. But I wonder if that's why it feels a little peculiar. Because in the sort of lineage of, what would you call it? Tamriel Rebuilt's history. They hadn't yet put down roots for House Hlaalu questing and all of that when they were doing Alma's Thirr. I would believe that. Okay. Can you actually take me over to... No, okay. Yeah, I think our best bet is to just fucking run. Good. Oh, fuck. Okay, we're nearly there. Here we are. Okay. And then, let's have a look around here. And whose house was it? Let's see. Indoril Danvas said that I can help him to find Adamaris Saldro. The young lord has a spy in the Hlaalu lands called Tulsi Ratharin. She has a hideout in the Mundrethi slave market under Marengor's house. Indoril Danvas asked me to go there and hear if she found out something about Adamaris' whereabouts.
Help us.
Farandrano. Are you the one in charge of all this? Nadara Lavarin? Welcome to Mundrethi Plantation, kinsman, Lyle Schnub. Fellow members of House Hlaalu will always be welcome under our roof. House Hlaalu hopes to live in peace and harmony with the other races and share in the growth and prosperity of the Empire. Okay, except for the ones that they want to enslave. Let's see, tell me more about the slave market here. This is where you are now, Outlander. The largest slave market in this part of Morrowind. Perhaps you'd like to buy a slave? Tell me more about the plantation. This is where you are now. Perhaps you are looking for a specific place or someone in particular. Tell me of a specific place. Mundrethi Plantation is located nearby, to the west. The vast surrounding farmland is kept safe and under surveillance by a number of Hlaalu Council Company lookouts. Several less important farmhouses, shacks, and storage buildings dot the landscape between the Mundrethi Plantation and the larger Orin Plantation to the south. The city of Andothran is northwest of here. You can find the Vothris Plantation halfway there. Okay. Hemwan and Elicius? Who are they? Were they the, abolitionists that we killed a while back? Okay, someone in particular? Lethis Mundrethi is the owner of this plantation. He can be found upstairs in the manor. His wife, Tanisi Mundrethi, is on the ground floor. She's the one who tends to the plantation's finances. Okay. Well, let's go to the manor. Aniri. Okay.
What is it, Sarah?
Drokir. Alright. Let's check over here. Is this the manor? No, that's Marengor's house. Where is their manor? On the plantation itself, I guess? They said it's just west of here? Really?
Greetings, friend to friend. May fortune be with you.
Welcome to Mundrethi Plantation, kinsman Lyle Schnub. Fellow members of House Hlaalu will always be welcome under our roof.
Okay. Anything else about this? No. Can go to Orin Plantation. So where is the rest of this place? They said it was just to the... Oh, is this their manor? Damn, they are calling for help. Jesus Christ. What is this? Farm storage. How conspicuous, though. They got a banner that says House Hlaalu.
Help
Okay. Dude, I love how shitty House Hlaalu is. Let's see, over here. Like, they're so fucking two-faced. It's fucking great. The writing is so enjoyable for me. There's the manor. Okay, and then we can go check at, what's their name? Marangor's house. The secret basement. Alright, let's quick save just in case this is a bad idea.
Something to say, Outlander?
Tanisi Mundrethi. I heard you handle the finances. Tanisi Mundrethi, at your service. What is the reason for your visit? Tell me your background. I'm Tanisi Mundrethi, wife to Lethis Mundrethi. As kinsman of House Hlaalu, I help him with running the plantation. Dude, Mundrethi is such a great Dunmeri surname. Okay, latest rumors? 5 of our slaves escaped, and we only managed to recover 2 of them. Still, 2 is better than nothing. We will put them back to work after we're sure that they've learned their lesson. Secret? Oren Plantation should be the center of power in the Anthiran, yet it's nothing more than a glorified manor for Atrin Oren. That up-jumped coward wouldn't dare lift a finger to oppose the Indoril, and he's going to lose everything that House Hlaalu has gained in the last centuries. Oh, really? Huh. Tell me more about Oren Plantation. Take the road to the south to reach Atrin Oren's plantation. I'm guessing there must be some relation. Okay. What about you, Golvir, Marvos?
Lyle Schnub, as caretaker of the Mundrethi plantation, I welcome you. How may I help you?
Tell me about this place.
This is where you are now.
Okay. How about a bit of background?
I'm Golvir Marvos, a caretaker. I manage the household's affairs so that the Mundrethi family need not worry about such small matters as cleaning.
Okay, tell me about the slave market.
It is the largest of its kind on this side of the Thirr River. It's east of here, on the riverside.
So where's the biggest on the eastern side? I'm assuming in like House Drace territory. Right? That's kind of like their big bread and butter. Nemisa Dryler?
Walk with virtue, Outlander.
Damn, you fucking hate me. Oh, you're in the Kamana Tong? Really, are you? Let me bribe you some. Are you actually in the Kamana Tong? You are, wow. Background. I'm Nemisa Dryler. I serve as a personal bodyguard to the Mundrethi family. Oh, man, yeah. God, yeah. Great House Hlaalu's writing is so fucking good because of the, right, their two-faced nature and just the inclusion of, like, the fucking Kamana Tong aspect of it all. Lethis Mundrethi. What the hell are you doing here? Okay, dude is big chillin'. Lethis.
I'm Lethis Mundrethi, master of this plantation. What is your business here, Lyle Schnub?
What's your background?
I'm Sergio Lethis Mundrethi, Lord of Mundrethi Manor, house brother of House Hlaalu, and owner of this plantation.
Okay, tell me about the plantation.
Yes, Outlander, this is my plantation. Anything else you wanted to ask?
Someone in particular?
That would be me, the owner of this plantation. Unless you're looking for my wife, Tanisi. She's the one in charge of the plantation's finances. You can find her downstairs.
So what do? You just own it and she does all the actual accounting and whatnot? He's like some sort of fail son? Maybe? Little advice.
Don't go around playing the hero, Dark Elf. This is my land, and you don't want to end up like the abolitionist fool that my men caught yesterday. If you want to know what good his mission did to the slaves, see for yourself in the basement.
Rumors?
We have heard rumors that Indoril agents might target my slave market here to disrupt commerce on the western bank. We must be vigilant.
Okay. Affairs of honor?
Native Dunmer and Imperials alike recognize a noble's obligation to answer a challenge of honor.
Okay. There's an even higher floor here with a lock. I'm going to pick it. Okay. Sure. Orcsurance, a one-act comedy. Gonna take some money. Blue can it. Okay. Ah, a little bit of moon sugar, huh? Take the edge off. Ooh, and a bunch of skooma. And more moon sugar. Of course. Very well done. Okay. Anything in here? Closet full of clothing. Sure. Let's check down here.
Yes, Outlander, what may I do for you?
You may speak.
There's a door leading there, and was this the... This was the entry point?
I can do for you, Outlander.
Okay, well, we may as well check the basement like he said we should. I'm sure we'll see some sort of horrible sight. Oh. Here they are. Okay. Very well, let's head over here. I'm guessing there's no reason to be over here then. Right? At least for now. Maybe the quest will lead us over. But yeah, it doesn't seem like we can take a pro-Hlaalu approach to this. These really look like some kind of plant. Well, I mean, like a harvestable plant. Like I could pick up a carrot or a turnip or something. An ash carrot. An ash turnip. Okay. Lot of comberry.
Help us.
Okay, so then... Marangor's house. We need to go underneath. Dovine Varan. Hello. Well, you have nothing in particular to say. You are also in the Kamana Tong, though. Okay.
You need not be afraid.
So how does one get into the lower level here? Let me check the local map. There may be like a secret aquatic entry point. I don't see one. That said, we haven't fully looked around a whole bunch. We may just have to go straight up into the middle. Okay. Got some angered fishes. Yeah. Okay. Well, looks like we can safely pick. I'm gonna quick save just in case it's lying to me. Okay. Ah. Secret tapestry. Little baby fish. Sure. Got some crab meat, kwama meat. Going to eat that. Anything else in the barrel? Kwama egg. Horn lily bulb. Holly berries. Those are things from the Tribunal expansion now. Whole lot of hackle low. Just gotta chow down here. Tops off my fatigue easily. Okay, anything else in here? Surprised they didn't give me a key to this. Okay. Well, let's head on in. Holy shit, it's huge. Okay, I'll take some Sujama, why not? Just for fun. More salt rice. Munching on that. Okay. Let's exit stealth and be on our way here. Oh. Damn, this is how you live, huh? Let me get my torch out, or one of them. Okay.
Go now.
Tulsi Retherin. Huh? What are you doing here? I'm trying to lay low. I fear things are about to get heated this side of the river. Let me persuade you a little bit. Oh shit, okay. Oh my gosh, you're hard as hell to persuade. There we go. Let's see, training? You do longblade, athletics, and block. Okay, tell me about Adamaris Saldro. So, the temple is trying to help us find him. That's good. I fear that things in Anthirin will go from bad to worse if we don't find the young Sergio soon. I'll tell you what I've learned so far. The drunken Hlaalu hirelings that Sergio Adamaris Saldro fought with in Thirr were men who served under none other than Dels Raven, the foreman of the Oren plantation. The young Sergio volunteered to come here, so he could settle their blood feud honorably. I think he must have expected Raven to demand him to pay a large sum of blood money, or maybe challenge him to a duel. But no, instead he was taken as a slave and put to work in the fields. Oh, fuck. Okay. Maybe I can talk to Dels Raven? I have done some scouting in the Oren farmland to the south, trying to look for the young Sergio among the field slaves, but to no avail. Perhaps you'll have better luck than I do? Certainly, being a priest of the temple, you're allowed to walk more freely and with less risk of being captured than a common spy such as myself. You should go south and look for the young Sergio. If you don't find him yourself, ask around and see if anyone knows where he is. Okay. Sure. About info on Dels Raven? He's the master of the overseers at Oren Plantation, the highest-ranking lord of Atron Oren's low-born servants. He is known for his efficiency and brutality. I don't know if confronting Dels Raven directly is a good idea. What do you mean? I'm in Great House Hlaalu. What's the worst that could happen? Tell me more about Adamaris Saldro? Okay. I don't know if confronting Dels Raven directly is a good idea. Settlements in Morrowind? Town and city folk live either in the metropolitan style of Vivek City, the native urban style of towns like Aldran, or the imperial style of recent settlements like Caldera. Slave. It's not entirely uncommon for a low-ranking Dunmer to be enslaved, but for an honorable Creedman of a great house to be put in chains and forced to labor in the fields, it's disgraceful. Almost anathematic. It is an insult to House Indoril, and it is an insult House Indoril will not soon forget. Okay. So they'd be more cool with him having died in a duel. Okay, well, let's get on out of here. Anything else? King Helseth, a biography. I don't think I've read that. Confessions of a Thief? I don't think I've read that either. Got some money in there. Orange moss. Whole bunch of salt rice. I'll take it. Whoa, cruel flame arrows? Okay. Take these little bips and bobs of money. Had to check. Okay, let's quick save. It seems like we're going to Oren Plantation, which this guy can get us there, no?
Not what I expected.
Yeah.
You've earned my trust.
Okay, let's head over.
Please, go ahead, Outlander. I'm listening.
Okay. Hello. Do you know where Adamaris Saldro may be? Actually, tell me your background. I'm Lethra Sarani, gondolier and oathman of the Great House Hlaalu. Tell me about Adamaris. He's that Indoril boy from across the river, right? Gods, I hope they never find out how the foreman had him beaten. They will seek vengeance for sure. No, I don't know where he is. Leave me out of this. Okay. Salt Main Dro Kasha.
What does the Dark Elf want with an old cat like Saltmane Drokasha? Seek out a few of the slaves' wisdom?
Tell me about Adamaris. Do you know anything about them?
Drokasha has bad news for you. The young Seizure you're looking for is no more. The foreman had him beaten. He died here in the fields. That is all Drokasha is willing to tell you.
What about Delsraven?
The foreman might seem like an abusive slave driver on the outside, but he's even worse on the inside. Seldom has Drokasha witnessed anyone take so much pleasure from the suffering of others. Raven pushed poor Veers in brine down the stairs just to watch her die. They kept it very hush-hush, but Drokasha knows. Be careful with the foreman, Lyle Schnub.
Can I persuade you more? Tell me more about, no. Okay. Your background?
Saltmane Drokasha is a slave, Sarah. Countless moons have passed since Saltmane Drokasha came here, and many hardships have eaten away both Saltmane Drokasha's youth and health. All that is left is dust on Saltmane Drokasha's fur and cracks on Saltmane Drokasha's claws. Saltmane, they call Saltmane Drokasha now. Such mockery. Back in elsewhere, Drokasha was free and respected.
Back in elsewhere?
Drokasha was a peace broker, a diplomat, sanctioned by the Main. Drokasha would walk among the warring tribes of elsewhere and talk sense to them. Among the paint-visaged Omes, the spellcasting Dargi, and even the fierce battle cats of the Senche Rat, he'd walk, and wherever Drokasha went, the tribal leaders would hear his wise words. Let their sharpened war claws go dull again, and make peace with one another.
Continue.
This was until Drokasha's own kind betrayed him, an ungrateful war chief, a scum cat known as Bloodmore Morrook. Morrook believed that a senseless war served him better than peace. He captured Drokasha and sent him on a slaver ship far away to Morrowind, and thus did Drokasha's years of shackled servitude begin.
Jesus. Morrook. Back in elsewhere again.
Go back to elsewhere? Oh, no. Drokasha will never return there. Keep your red sands and your sugary vendettas, you foolish war kittens, if you think Drokasha's wisdom is no good for you.
Okay, tell me a secret.
Drokasha knows that Formindelsraven has been scheming with the Kamonatong. They don't like Outlanders very much, Lyle Schnub. Maybe they will try to take some of the local farms. Or maybe they won't. Drokosha's condition remains the same either way.
Oh, I love that. I love that. One of my favorite things, one of my favorite recurring tropes is the usage of like the various tiers of political intrigue in Morrowind to where, you know, being some sort of like heroic figure, being a player character, as it were, you come into contact with all sorts, higher ups on that ladder and lower down rungs as well. And sometimes, you know, the like day-to-day life of, like, for instance, someone like Drokosha, or for instance, even Ashlander tribes as well, right? Or even commoners, you know, like we had seen in Thirr. Sometimes their day-to-days just, it makes no difference who is in power, and all of that struggle. It's especially cool hearing from like an older Khajiit that no matter what, you're still going to be fucked at the end of the day. Whether the Kamonatong take over, whether House Indoril comes through or whatever, you know, you're still fucked. Okay. Like, I love the fucking horror, the tragedy of it. Okay, well, let's go over here. Holy shit! Man, I love that so much. Once again, House Hlaalu just proving out to be the fucking GOAT when it comes to great houses during the time of Morrowind itself, right? Because they just have such juicy fucking intrigue, given all of the recent concessions they made with the Tamrielic Empire and all of that. Man, but so cool to see a like just purely on aesthetic and like iconography alone, the scales of justice on the Great House Hlaalu banner flying above, right, waving in the wind above an immense fucking slave plantation. Fucking amazing. Just the imagery of it alone is so fucked. Okay. Let's see over here. Good. Let's see, who are you?
What do you
Indoril
want of me,
Danvas. Let me quick save. Oh, you don't have anything new to say. Okay, well, I'm assuming the head honcho here is up there. Oh, who is this guy? Are you an Imperial? Yeah.
To talk, I would consider it a privilege.
Jacques Faragian. Look at your fucking armor. Let's see, what's your background? I'm Jacques Faragian, the Orin family's master-at-arms. What do you know of Adamaris Saldro? That dark elven slave. Poor bastard. From what I hear, he initially refused to work in the fields, so Foreman Raven had him properly beaten. It made even the overseers uneasy. Maybe one of the slaves knows where he is now. Okay. Well, let's quick save here. Because even with our standing of House Hlaalu, we may not be able to leverage it. You know, this, I say that because a lot of the indicators for this quest feel very core game. And that, like I said, that's probably owed to the fact that I'm imagining this is one of the last parts of the game, of the mod, that was implemented before they started really moving into House Hlaalu territory, right? With like Endodhran, and then further expanding out to like Narcissus and whatnot in recent days. Okay. And of course in the core game, you know, there's very little interfaction acknowledgement and reaction, you know? In Elder Scrolls, especially the further back you go, At least up to Morrowind. You sort of infamously have to suspend your disbelief every time you do a faction arc and be like, okay, I'm kind of a different guy, right? I'm kind of just a different character altogether. There's very little in the way of inter-faction reactivity, you know, which is always unfortunate whenever they sort of the world building is just hitting so fucking well in any of the games, but man, is it prone to hit so well in Morrowind, where, you know, you would really want some, like, faction reaction or whatever. Oh my god, look at this. Holy shit. Okay.
You may speak.
Okay. As it turns out, you can get a lot of nice things when you fuck people over, right? All you need is a little bit of fucking, like, horrific chattel slavery. Okay, looks like I can maybe go into here. Private quarters. Hello?
What is it, Sarah?
Look at these immense vases. Rarest Oran?
Hlaalu, what can I do for you?
A 50 luck there. Okay. Sure. Yeah, you know. Classic stuff. Shitty, spoiled rich people fucking around with weapons. You know, a classic trope. Whether it be, you know, like swords, you know, they're always, you know, the Bond villain is into fencing or whatever, you know what I'm talking about? Or someone who's just a little bit too much into firearms. If it's like in an old Western, they got their, like, a really fancy but evil-looking revolver. Or, you know, even more contemporary stuff. Oh, who are you?
Hail, Dunmer. Do you need something?
Scala Shieldrite. Background? You're Smith and Oathman of Great House Hlaalu. Okay. You don't know anything about this guy, do you? No. Okay. So then what I'm looking for is probably in this room. Oh. Ain't nobody in here. Dwemer's scrap helmet. Okay. Take a bit of money. Nothing there. Iron Morning Star, steel halberd, Tonto, a wooden shield. Okay. Sure, let me get another pick ready. Military tactics in the new era. Words and philosophy. I like the idea that the more criminal element may have an obsession with, you know, especially like the really seedy and shitty criminal element, that being the Kamana Tong, would have a unique interest in weaponry and armor that is made out of otherwise, like, considered contraband materials. Okay.
I'm listening. Go
Main
ahead.
tower. Is this where, what's his name is at? Master bedroom. Which, of course, in this case, is the original, right, etymology for master bedroom, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. It is originally sourced from, like, these super fucking wealthy slave plantation, slave houses and all of that. Okay.
If I can help, I will, but don't take too much time.
Let's see. All these fucking lanterns, Jesus. Okay. How many damn lanterns have you got? Wow, look at all these treasures, too.
Please join me.
Okay. Oh, who is this back here?
Yes, Outlander. How do you do?
Oh, it looks like you can enter from the roof. There's a trap door right there. I don't think the guy I'm looking for is here, though.
I am never too busy for
Okay.
a good talk.
I'm gonna pick into this, though. Let me get a probe. It's completely empty. Huh. Man, okay. Do you think it's just a flex, right? It's a hollow gesture to be like, yeah, we got cool treasure and shit, but it ends up being empty. It's just got like fancy locks and all of
If
that.
I can help, I will, but don't take too much time.
Okay. Let me get another pick readied. Well, nothing back here, really. Guess I'll eat these eggs. Okay. Down here. Maybe he's in the bedroom.
What do you want of me, Outlander?
Valvain or Ron? Or Orin? Oh my god! Okay. Huh. Sure. $52 big ones right there. Pillows and junk back here. What the fuck is up with all the enormous vases? And they're very deliberately like placed, and this is like meant to be overcrowded and cluttered, right? Huh. Because look, these ones are intentionally placed by whoever put them here to be like tilted. To look like it's meant to look cluttered and unkempt. Yeah, even the closet here. You have anything to say? Kinsman, what is your business here? Background? I'm Valvane Oren, house brother of Great House Hlaalu. Council Elector Atron Oren is my husband. Atron Oren? Or Atron Oren? He's my husband. Okay. Well, business? If you want to talk business, speak with Ulvo Hlari. Who's that? Ulvo? He's normally in the plantation's vault, likely with his nose stuck in a ledger.
Your actions precede.
I wonder if we can do work for them. Oh my god. Dude, I fucking love how, like, unsavory
Please join me.
the Hlaalu shit is getting. It's so fucking... It's so horrible, it's so fucking good. Okay.
Wealth beyond measure, Outlander.
Anything here? Oh yeah, there's the vault. Should we check in what kind of business they may have? Oh.
Go ahead.
Here's Atron Oren. He's got a Cloud Strife pauldron on.
I am
Okay.
never too busy for a good talk.
Let's see if I can talk to this guy.
I welcome you under my roof, kinsman. I am Atron Oren, council elector of the council company and master of this plantation. What is it that you want?
What's your background?
I'm Sergio Atron Oren, Lord of Oren Manor and owner of the Oren Plantation. I'm also one of the council electors of the Hlaalu Council.
Yeah, do we think they're related to the Orens that we're vaguely familiar with on the not on the mainland in Vardenfell? Was it actually spelled Orin with an E, though? Maybe I'm conflating it. Okay. Del's Raven?
Every man has his place, even the brutish kind like Raven. I'm not blind. I'm aware of his affiliation with the Kamanatong. Why do you think I keep him as the plantation's foreman? The Tong know how to keep slaves in line.
Man. Okay. What do you think of the Indoril?
They call us fools and traitors for welcoming the Empire, but it is the Indoril who are truly lost. They long for a place in time that is long gone. The Resdain of old is ancient history. It will live on in books and fables, but it will never be regained. That is the truth, and even the Indoril will eventually learn to accept it.
Tell me about Indoril Ilvi.
He's certainly a formidable adversary, this Indoril Ilvi. Did you know that this is not his real name? He gave it up before being anointed the Lord of Roa Dyr, and now shares the name, title really, with his predecessors. It puzzles me, Lyle Schnub. His real name will forever be lost. All his accomplishments will not be his. What sort of man thinks so little of his own name, his own self-worth, that he willingly gives it up? Perhaps I will one day find out.
Okay, tell me a secret?
The Empire controls the mouth of the Thirr River. House Hlaalu has claimed most of the West Bank, and House Indoril has the East Bank. In the southeast, the Drays have holdings on the shores of Lake Andarum, and the Redoran continue to cling to their forts on Lake Coronati. The temple city of Almasthir, on the other hand, strides the entire river at its midpoint. So, paradoxically, everyone controls the river, and yet at the same time, no one does. Our goal is to change that situation in our favor.
Okay. Sure. Let me check over here. Where can we find this dude at, though?
Happy to help. What's your problem?
Ulvo Hlari's room. Oh, this is where we were told to go. There's the vault again.
What is
Servant quarters, maybe? No. Okay. There's no way he's in the vault, right?
Yes, the Outlander.
There's Ulvo Hlari. We got some limeware platter. Sure. I assume that a lot of the, like, set dressing here, a lot of, the characterization, it's very familiar with, like, what was going on in Vardenfell with regards to the Kamanatong, Duke Vadam Dren Plantation, Orvis. Was it Orvis? Yeah, Orvis Dren, right? A lot of that is, like, kind of echoed here. And I assume that is born out of the fact that they, like, people doing TR, Tamriel Rebuilt, wanted to explore more of that relationship. Right, which, true enough, it's very juicy. I would contend that the House Hlaalu arc in the core game is one of the better. Right? Especially if you consider the Kamanatong connection with, like, the Fighters Guild end of things. You know? It's very good. Huh. Yeah, I don't know where
Go ahead.
This dude would be. Do you think he's outside? Maybe he's outside in the fields, too. Okay. Did I write it down? I've learned that Amara Saldro is dead. Yeah, Del's Raven. Okay. Del's Raven.
If you care to talk, I would.
It might be that we just have to go to... Oh, here we go. We might have to just go out into the fields if we can't have any House Hlaalu pull here. Let's check the upper floor. Here we are.
Beyond measure, Outlander.
Okay.
I don't know you. If you're looking for work, are you looking for work or are you just wasting my time? Maybe you can help me with my household slave, if you can stomach it.
Let's see, can I persuade you up some to get more information? There we go. Tell me about yourself.
Yeah, that's my damn name. What of it?
Your background?
I'm Dels Raven, the plantation foreman. I keep the slaves in check.
Your trade?
I'm the foreman here at the Oren plantation. I keep the workers and slaves in line and make sure the job gets done.
Okay, tell me more about the Mundrethi plantation.
Stay on the northern road and you won't miss it.
How about the market? Yeah, we've heard that before. Okay, tell me about Adamaris Saldro.
That boy, he didn't like the way my men were talking about his precious house Indoril, so he attacked and murdered one of them. Murder is a crime, you know. He came here thinking we could settle the score honorably, whatever that means. Big mistake. I had him put in chains. Well, he's dead now.
How did he die? You're very candid, aren't you? How did he die?
He didn't do as he was told. He said that working in the fields was beneath him. I told him that nothing was beneath a slave. He still refused.
And you had him killed? He was a creedman of House Indoril. You had him killed?
No, I had him beaten to teach him a lesson. Big difference. A field slave is no good to me dead. The boy died because of his own stupidity. Refused the treatment he was given, ripped the bandages and the stitches off, and bled to death in the field. Proud idiot.
He wanted to become a martyr. Huh. Feels very House Indoril to be big on martyrdom. Sounds like he chose death over dishonor. Perhaps you didn't personally kill him, but you're still responsible. Why should I believe your story? Sounds like he chose death over dishonor.
What a load of guar shit. He was alive, and now he's dead. Honor's got nothing to do with it. The Indoril are really doomed if this is how they act when defeated.
The Indoril want the body back. Who else knows that Adamaris Saldro is dead? Killing Adamaris might have started a house war. Alright, I'll come back when I have further questions. Who else knows about this?
The plantation overseers know, and maybe some of the slaves. Can't stop them from talking no matter what it seems. Sergio Atron Oren doesn't know about anything. Go ahead and tell him about this. See if he cares. He's so preoccupied with his maps and politics that he's lucky to have someone like me who has the guts to do all the necessary dirty work for him.
Okay. Killing Adamaris might have started a house war.
They'd start a war over one dead slave. Fine, I don't care. I've known my whole life that I wouldn't have the luxury of dying of old age. Let those Indoril cowards make their move if they dare. I'll put every single one of them into the ground, the same ground I had Adamaris buried.
The Indoril will want the body back.
Fine. The body's in a shallow grave, underneath the guard platform to the south. You can go there and dig up the body yourself for all I care.
Okay. I'll come back when I have further questions.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, what do you think of Atron Oren?
He's my boss, the honorable council elector and all that. Do I like him? Not one bit. Does he like me? Even less than that. But he keeps me here, because I'm the only one who gets things done.
Okay. Interesting. Good to know. Alright, let's get on out of here. So he said It was under the guard platform to the south. Okay. What is a guard platform? Oh, that. I don't know what a guard platform is, but that sure looks like one. Okay. I always love the, like, juxtaposition as well of the, on the slave plantations, right? The houses that the slavers keep their slaves in are the exact same model of house that some of the poorest people in Morrowind, what their houses look like too, you know?
Please,
Which includes, of course, people who are very pro-slavery, right? Let's see, oh, is this it? A shallow grave. Adamaris Saldro. Adamaris' ring. Right and left bracer. Okay, I guess I'll take that. Oh. It's almost like they're mourning. Okay, well, let's go on over here. This is all Comberry, right? What is Comberry used to make? Is that Flynn or is Flynn salt rice? I forget what Comberry is used for. No, isn't Sujama salt rice? I think so. Alrighty, and then let's go speak with Atron Oren. Maybe I can really resolve this on the Hlaalu side of things. Oh, he's up over here. Okay.
Yes, Outlander. How do you do?
Let's see. Yeah, I can only talk about Adamaris. Well, let's do it.
No, I don't know that name. Who is he?
He was an Indoril Creedman who died as a slave in your fields.
I suppose this has something to do with the Hlaalu hirelings who got into a bit of a scrap in Thirr not too long ago. Del's Raven's men, right? One or two of them even died. So, this is how the foreman decided to settle the score, by enslaving and effectively killing a highborn retainer of House Indoril.
House Indoril will probably seek vengeance. Del's Raven must be punished. You're not pleased about this? Indoril will probably seek vengeance.
Yes, undoubtedly so. Del's Raven has done a stupid thing.
What will you do then?
For now, I do nothing. Adamaris' death might very well spark a war across the river. I will do what I must to avoid it, but for the time being, I will offer no explanations, no pleas, no apologies to House Indoril. In the West, they play cards for gold, you see. They consider it the mark of a poor player to show one's cards to the others. So, I won't be showing mine just yet. I will hear what this Indoril Danvas has to say first. Do let me know how he reacts, won't you?
Okay. And Adamaris Saldro, again? Okay, same. Okay, let's get on out of here. Man, so he really just wants me to go tell him? I guess so. Counselor Atron Oran was troubled to hear of Adamaris' death. However, he says that he won't be taking any action until he hears how Indoril Danvas reacts to the news. Okay. Should we speak with the spy again? I feel as if we ought to. She may have more to say. Okay. Let's see, where was the little skiff, the little rowboat that we could take up there? Nowhere around here. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember. Well, maybe... Is that it right there? We'll check that real quick, and if that's not it, we'll just run the rest of the way. We're very nearly there, anyhow. Yeah, is this where I came in at? No. Oh, look, cork bulb. Okay. Good. Over here. Okay, and then Marengor's house, into the basement. Oh. Hello.
What do you want of me, Outlander?
Just forget you ever saw me, okay? I'm here about Adamaris. He's dead. This is a grim situation indeed. If his lordship, the Indoril Ilvi, finds out about this, he will dispatch his assassins to bring him the foreman's head for sure. Perhaps the temple can persuade Danvas Ilvi to forgive him, or perhaps Sergio Atrin Oren could be persuaded to offer to pay blood money for poor Adamaris. Okay. Head on up over here. Let's go to... Should we go to Almas Thirr again? I think we ought to.
How may I help you, Dunmer?
Can I take one of these boats there? This one sure seems like it. Okay. No. Yeah, where's the boat captain? Maybe that was him. Okay. Sure.
You have my ear.
Well, you'll take me at least a little bit further south.
You, Outlander?
Okay. We'll levitate up here, and we'll go to the Office of Intercession. This has turned out to be way more involved and way bigger of a quest than I would have expected. That said, I quite like it. Eileen Taloth. I've got some bad news about Adamaris. So, Adamaris was taken as a slave and died. From what you've told me, it's clear that despite his brutish nature, Dels Raven didn't break any law. Adamaris owed him a debt of blood and willingly went to settle it. The foreman was well within his rights to demand unconditional servitude, a life for a life. However, it's quite obvious that he did what he did to spite the Indoril. It's equally obvious that the Indoril will not let Adamaris' death slide. What happens next? They don't know that he's dead. Indoril Danvas will inevitably learn that Adamaris is dead. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but eventually. When that happens, he will tell the news to his father, Lord Indoril Ilvi. Then everything will spiral out of control. Indoril Ilvi will contact the Morag Tong. The assassins will strike against the Oren plantation. Maybe only the foreman will be marked for death, maybe the entire Oren household. The scenario is unpredictable, but bloodshed is certain. Are we about to unlock a Morag Tong quest? Is that what this is? Do some Morag Tong quests in Tamriel Rebuilt only open up after you've done others? Huh. That would be so fucking dope. Right? Huh. Okay. What should we do? We must be the ones who break the news to Indoril Danvas. Go to Roa Dyr and tell him what has happened. Explain to him that Adamaris Saldro is dead, but that it was to no one's fault. Make him see that pursuing vengeance is not worth it. And for the love of the three, make him swear that not a word of what has happened ever reaches the ears of Indoril Ilvi. That is what I think should be done. Alright, I'll get to it. Persuading Indoril Danvas might be impossible. Do you have any other ideas? Let me think. Well, perhaps you could speak with Sergio Atrin Oran, the Hlaalu counselor and master of Oran Plantation. If you explain the situation to him, he might be willing to appease the Indoril before the conflict escalates. Okay. We must be the ones who break the news to Indoril Danvas. Go to Roa Dyr and tell him what happened. Make him see that pursuing vengeance is not worth it. If that fails, speak with Sergio Atrin Oran of the Oran Plantation. He might be willing to appease the Indoril before the conflict escalates. Okay. I wonder what happens if you... Right? Can you play through this with the goal in mind of like, yeah, I want a house war. I want that. I'm bloodthirsty. I'm a fucking warhawk. I crave the hell that is war. Let's see, let's go over here.
Listening.
Good. And is this it? Yeah, Crossing of Lamps. Then we go further down here. Good, let's do another quick save.
You returned from across the river, Outlander. Did you find Adamaris Saldro?
How about some more money? There we go. Okay.
What news do you bring of my beloved Adamaris?
I regret to inform you that he has died. I'm sorry. I've no news yet. He's dead, I'm sorry.
No, that's not possible. You must be mistaken.
It is true. I'm sorry. Indoril Danvas falls silent and trembles ever so slightly before composing himself. His eyes now have a cold glaze over them. When he finally speaks, his voice is eerily calm and monotone.
Thank you for telling me this, Lyle Schnub. Now, I need you to answer one question, and then I must ask you to leave me alone. Do you know who is responsible for this?
It is complicated. Dels Raven is to blame. Adamaris' death was his own making. You're clearly in pain. Maybe we should talk about this later. I wonder if we give him a target for Dels Raven. If he would take it. That said, what's her name? Taloth wanted me to say that it was his own making. She wanted me to say that no one is to blame for it but Adamaris himself. Alright. Adamaris' death was his own making.
Please explain why you think that Adamaris is to blame for his own death.
I'm sorry, I was mistaken. Dels Raven is to blame. Adamaris wished to settle the debt of blood he owed. He was taken as a slave and died in the field after a beating.
So he died for his honor. What son of House Indoril would have it any other way? Now, please excuse me. I've lost a dear friend and wish to grieve in peace. I will also let my father know of this. It will get the Morag Tong involved.
Please don't. No more violence. What is going to happen? Please, allow the temple to help. Please don't.
I understand that the temple would rather not have our two houses warring against each other, but it cannot be helped. The first blood has been drawn. Honor and tradition demand that Adamaris be avenged. The Hlaalu have brought this on themselves.
Vengeance is not justice. Let me speak with your father. I will kill Dels Raven for you. Lie. I will kill Dels Raven for you. You have no right to retaliate against the Hlaalu. Before you do anything, let me first negotiate with the Hlaalu. You're right, the Hlaalu have to pay. Before you do anything, let me first negotiate.
Go then, and negotiate with them. Councillor Atranoran is the master of the Oran plantation. See what he offers you. Nothing short of Delsraven's head will appease me.
I feel as though
Man, this is pretty good. Okay. Over here. Great. Then over this way. Should I just go straight for the plantation? Feel as if I ought to. I'll murder all these poor crabs out here. Okay. Good. And then, do I have any water walking? I do. Great. Okay. And then, no more juice in that. It's fine. Oh, here's our little boat. It's right behind the tower. Okay, and then... Well, he's not in the main tower, is he? Over here. Okay. Atranoran. Let me see if I can admire you any up. Oh my god. Nope. Nothing but moolah will do. Okay. Well, I'm here again about Adamaris.
You're back. Well, what does Indoril Danvas demand for his dead friend?
Indoril Danvas wants vengeance. He's going to tell his father about this, who will in turn get the Morag Tong involved.
So the young lord is not afraid to wage war, and he seems quite adamant to tell his father about this. All right then. The Indoril have shown their cards. They are of madness and destruction. I would have hoped that the young Indoril Danvas had at least some common sense so that he wouldn't consider telling his father about Adamaris. If Indoril Ilvi hears of his death, he will take it as a personal insult. He won't be content with Delsraven's death. No, he will strike against my family, my wife, my son. I won't have it. Go back to Roa Dyr, Lyle. Tell Indoril Danvas that I am offering to pay blood money for Adamaris' life, twice his weight in silver. Also, give him my condolences.
Okay. Can I talk again about this? No. Alright. I'm going to speak with Eileen Taloth as well. Because she might just say, just go kill Delsraven. Right? She might actually say, kill him, and then just fucking fix it.
What do you want of me, Outlander?
Good. Oh shit.
Friend to friend.
I forgot this takes us to Mundrethi.
Walk with virtue, Outlander.
Okay, over here. Now if I use a Scroll of Elm CV, or just Elm CV intervention, won't this take me straight there? To Elmisthir? Man, I have like a 50% chance to succeed. I'm failing all of them. Okay. What a shitty, foggy morning. Okay, over here. Good. And then, let's go over this way.
The mighty Thirr.
And down and around. Oh, nope, we don't even need to go down and around. Okay, Eileen. This is about Adamaris Saldro? Indoril Danvas agreed to wait while you negotiate with the Hlaalu, so there's still hope. Go to the Oren plantation and speak with Atron Oren. Tell him that unless he appeases the Indoril, there will be senseless violence. Okay, mediator in the shadows. How did Indoril Danvas take the news of Adamaris Saldro's death?
3 blessings.
Yeah, I guess there's nothing much we can do there.
Water and stone.
Okay. I do love the physical nature of, like, this quest and having the in-between here with the temple. You know, where we're very literally crossing through Thirr to these strongholds between the two factions. There's something fun about the very physical nature of going through with that. Let's see. Water, walking. There we go. And then... oh shit. Guess I'll just levitate up. Right. Then further down. I mean, we know he won't accept this. Okay.
Let me know what they will pay for what they did to my dear Adamaris Saldro. Have you spoken with Atron Oren yet?
He offers blood money, twice Adamaris' weight in silver. He also sends his condolences.
He sent condolences. That is strange. Do you suppose he was being sincere?
Yeah, I don't think so. Hard to say. He offered a hefty amount of silver, though. Yeah, I do think so.
I didn't expect this from a Hlaalu counselor. What do you think, Lyle Schnub? Should I accept the silver and let go of vengeance?
No, the Hlaalu can't be trusted. Yes, yes.
Thank you, Lyle Schnub. I will send word to the Oren plantation. I accept their silver. I accept their truce. If there ever shall be war in Anthirin, it will not be because of me. I will not speak to my father of this, I swear it.
I actually believe him. I believe he won't. If this were the other way around and this guy were House Hlaalu, I wouldn't fucking believe him. But fucking, I think this guy means it. I think he fucking means it.
I do have one final request for you. Adamaris had a unique ring. It is precious to me now that he himself is gone. Find the ring for me, please.
Okay, well, I do have the ring.
I see this land suits you. We welcome you freely, Outlander.
Okay, well, I'm going to, before I give him the ring, in case I accidentally sequence break, I'm going to run back to Oren Plantation. Let's see here. Good. Okay. That way we can maybe get the money or get that going underway. That way at least Oren knows that he's agreed to that deal. This is frankly painted, I don't know about all of House Indoril, because we don't really know how they fully operate, but the son there, he is actually like fucking like a really good dude, right? Am I wrong about this? Is he not like generally like a really good dude? Like, I would say they had every fucking reason to fucking like annihilate this place, you know? Like, fuck even the Morag Tong. Just send in like all of the fucking troopers and just like burn the whole fucking plantation down to the ground. And frankly, I think the area would be better for it. You know? I think the area would be fucking better for it if they did exactly that.
Yes.
True enough, a lot of like death and killing would probably come of it. Okay.
May you find me worthy of your attention.
Oh no, I can't debrief. Okay. Oh, very well. Alright. Well, let's see. Where was my last save at? Oh, I was back there with her. Okay, I'm just going to run across the river again. I'm just going to run across the river. Okay, here, let me wait 24 hours. Charge up my boots once more. Oh, and it's a much better looking day. Not filled with this fog. Okay. And then we gotta levitate on up. And was this the building? I think so. Yeah, crossing of lamps. And right over here. Good. Okay. Oh, there.
I see this land suits you. We welcome you freely, Outlander.
It's you again, Outlander. Have you found Adamaris Saljo's ring?
I have.
Adamaris had a unique ring. It is precious to me. Now that he himself is gone, find the ring for me, please.
I've found the ring. Danvas Ilvi takes the ring from your hand. He is obviously deeply moved, and puts it gently on his finger.
I thank you for finding his ring for me, Outlander. It's strange. I was expecting something else.
Is something wrong with the ring? Huh? What did you expect? Yes, you've got the ring. How about a reward now? Is something wrong with the ring?
No, it's not that. There's nothing wrong with the ring itself. I suppose I was merely expecting this moment to feel different. I had hoped that getting the ring would somehow heal me. That having an object to remember Adamaris by would put an end to the pain. That there would be closure. But now that I have it, I do not feel any different, any better. There's still a chasm in my chest, a sickening void.
You will feel better eventually. Time heals. Pray to the three gods, they will comfort you. Yeah, we have to espouse more doctrine. Even though his body is dead, Adamaris' spirit lives. Alright, I must take my leave. Pray to the three gods, they will comfort you.
I have put my faith in them all my life. I followed their teachings, studied their mysteries, and yet I feel none of it has prepared me for what I'm facing now. It all seems so cruel, so pointless. What meaning does anything in life have when it's all destined to vanish like ashes in the wind, when love is doomed to end in mortal grief?
Life has no meaning. Life has a meaning. I don't have an answer for you. I think I must be going. I think I must be going. Me, the player, I would really fucking love to click on I don't have an answer for you. But me, the character who is going through the Tribunal Temple arc right now with this character, wants to click on life has a meaning, and I'm doing it.
I find that hard to believe. Everything seems so hopeless right now.
The Tribunal teaches to count only the happy hours. Find meaning and solace in moments of happiness. There is meaning to life, but it is hidden from us. The divine will of the tribunal gives our lives meaning. We should trust them. I don't think just blind doctrine will work right here on him. The divine will of the tribunal gives our lives meaning. I don't think that would work. I think if I said that, he would literally become a dissident priest on the fucking spot. I think he would literally convert right here, right now, and go take the first boat straight to Hlaalu. I think he would give it all up right here, right fucking now if I said that. The tribunal teaches to count only the happy hours. Find meaning and solace in moments of happiness.
That is indeed what is written in the Book of Dawn and Dusk. But how am I supposed to count only the happy hours? Those moments of happiness remind me of how they ended in terrible grief.
That is the challenge us mortals face. It refines and hardens our spirits. It's the price we must pay. It proves that those moments were not worthless. That's maybe the best answer. You will find the answer to that question in time. You're right. Life is cruel and without hope. It's the price you must pay. It proves that those moments were not worthless, right? You know, 'tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all, right? It proves that those moments were not worthless.
Yes, of course. You are right. Thank you for your words of consolation, Lyleschnub. The three have blessed you with wisdom, compassion, and courage, unlike which I've ever encountered in any Outlander. I've learned a great deal from you. Here, I had this brought from the armory. It is my war spear. I want you to have it. Thanks to you, I've no use for it anymore. Though I am still in mourning, I'm sure that one day I will find, like I pray my dear Adamaris has found, peace.
War Spear of Indoril Danvas has been added to your inventory. Oh my god, even if that spear is bad, we are going to start using it. Holy shit. War Spear of Indoril Danvas. Oh my god, I think it's amazing. 6 to 32 is my current. And this is 10 to 40. And this is 3 to 7 shock. And this is 5 points absorb health. Oh my god, okay. Yeah, this is just straight up better. Using it. What's it look like? Does it look fucking dope? I think it's a, is this an adamantium spear? It might be. Mind you, before our adamantium polearm was, it wasn't a spear, it was a halberd. Which still technically uses a spear skill. Okay. Man, that was amazing. That was fucking beautiful. I really enjoyed that. Okay. Let's see. So now, am I to return back to what do you call it? To Eileen. I do feel like someone should probably go to Arden or Ron and tell him that he accepted. You know, I feel like that is a bit of a loose end, that he should probably know that. Otherwise he's gonna be like, well, shit, I haven't heard back from him. I guess I probably need to start preparing for House War. Okay. Let's head on up here. Over this way. Maybe we'll be able to after we debrief at the temple. I would assume that this is the final quest here at Almastir. Oh, whoops. I keep going down there instead of right here. Alright, Eileen?
The mediator in the shadows returns. What news do you have for me, Initiate? Tell me what's happened, Initiate. Has disaster been avoided?
Yes, Indoril Danvas has decided not to seek vengeance.
That is brilliant news, Initiate. The three have clearly blessed you with wisdom. The Office of Intercession thanks you for your service. I have no further duties for you. Perhaps you should go to the Monastery of St. Veloth next, and you shall not go there barefooted. I see that you're still carrying with you the weather-worn shoes that you wore when you performed the Bloodstone Pilgrimage. Allow me to restore them for you. Here, walk in Veloth's footsteps, Initiate.
Secret shoe power. Okay. Tell me more about the pilgrimage.
I congratulate you on completing the pilgrimage. By taking these steps, you experience but a fraction of the pain St. Veloth endured on his journey. To learn empathy with a saint is a noble feat indeed.
Okay. Duties?
Maybe they have some work for you in the Monastery of St. Veloth, though perhaps it would be better if you perform some duties elsewhere and climb up the ladder of the temple hierarchy first. You are a mere initiate, after all. Speak with Nals Andolin in Andothran, or Nivis Serethron in Hlan Oic.
Can I get advancement?
Oh, yes. Adept, curate, disciple.
Okay. Duties again? Monastery of St. Veloth.
I hear an ordinator in mourning arrived there recently from Necrom. Perhaps you should talk to him. Otherwise, you might want to speak with Nals Andolin in Andothran or Nivis Serethron in Hlan Oic for duties.
Ah, very clever of them to allude to the fact that I needed advancement. And very subtly, too.
Welcome, friend.
Okay.
You're
Oh,
nearly a
shit.
legend
What the
around
fuck are
here.
these shoes?
Please, talk.
Whoa, they weigh 10 units. Oh my god, they're so powerful. Oh my god, they are extremely powerful. They're just standard shoes with no armor, but they are one of the few sources of constant effect restore fatigue. Only 1 point, but my god. That is wild. Okay. The only problem is that I have my other boots too. I now have 3 shoes that I want to swap between. That's the real issue now, is that I simply have too many shoes that I want to wear. Okay. Can I do any armor repairs or anything? No. Maybe I just drop the glass spark skewer right here. Fuck it. I'm doing it. I have no need for it.
You walk Veloth's path.
Okay, so before we head out of here and go to the monastery, I do think we ought to travel over back. Yeah, let's head on back over there. I'm very curious if they'll have any bit of debriefing. Because it feels like such a loose end to not get anything from the Hlaalu end. Okay. I wonder what would ever come of what's-her-name who had the preferential Hlaalu treatment. I forgot, where did they send her? I'd be very curious to see that. Oh, and mind you, there's also, we could do work for these pieces of shit at the vault. We could do that. Oh my god. Quite a lot to do. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, atrium is what we want. Over this way. Ah, there is a debrief. Adamar Saldro.
Delsraven did a stupid thing enslaving him.
Okay. Can I find Delsraven again? Yeah. Okay. Oh, I can't bring it up. Alright. And it also, all of this serves, I think, so well to once again illustrate the sort of lack of a spine. You know? The lack of, like, actual, like, willpower and I don't know, courage, you know? That even Atrin, or what's his name? Orin, the headmaster here. Artrin? Hang on, let me check here. Yeah, Atrin Orin has. He's definitely a lot better than Delsraven, but even here, he seems so weak. He seems so pathetic. Because no matter what, as much as Atrin Orin thinks that Raven fucked up this whole situation and nearly got the Morag Tong involved, nearly embroiled the entire Antheran region into house war. As much as he agrees with that, the fact that Delsraven fucked up, he would never deliver Delsraven's head, right? He paid the price. He paid the blood price, which is fucking wild, right? He doesn't even like Delsraven on a personal level, but he's so hungry. He's so pathetic in his desire for power, for relevance, that he knows that he needs a Delsraven. He needs Delsraven in order to carry out and get things done, as Delsraven put it. Right? Delsraven, for all of his stupidity and evil, he's fucking right that Atrin Orin needs him. Right? Because Atrin Orin is too fucking cowardly, too fucking pathetic, too weak to do everything that Delsraven is doing. Right? He doesn't have it in him. Because probably part of him knows that what he's doing here is fucked up. Right? He doesn't have what it takes to face what he's actually doing. He needs someone else pulling the trigger on the gun. You know, he can't live with himself if he has to be the one to do it. He needs Delsraven, as much of a liability as he is. And frankly, that writing, that characterization, and the way in which they like have successfully painted Great House Hlaalu here as so fucking spineless and shitty, especially in the face of, and like I said, I don't know about the rest of House Indoril because I don't really know the full way in which TR portrays them yet. But at least in the case of Ylvi, what's his name again? Or Indoril Danvas. Yeah, Ylvi is the father. At least in the case of Danvas, they're not even like half the man that Danvas is, you know, combined. Right? Like, he had every reason to want to, like, embroil this entire place in, like, the most fucked up house war imaginable. You know, he absolutely had, like, Casus Belli and beyond. And sure enough, you know, he probably would have if not for the intervention of the Nerevarine, but the way in which it played out here was, like, so fucking beautiful and poetic, you know? The character writing was actually kind of fucking incredible for having only just introduced, like, half of the characters involved, you know, with regards to Atrin Orin and Delsraven. You know, it was so well fucking done, I thought. Probably you could get already some characterization and introduction to them if we had decided to come out here and do like horrible slave plantation work for them, because at the very least it sounds like Dels Raven has some work for us, you know. Very, very amazing. Really incredibly well handled, I think. Yeah, holy shit. I guess that ought to do it for this week. We'll probably call it here for now. When next we return, we'll probably check out the monastery, or maybe we should do. Should we see how shitty things get here on the Hlaalu end of everything, right? Because Lord knows we can't join up with Great House Indoril. We're already in Hlaalu. How many Hlaalu exclusive quests are there? I would assume that you could join, or not Hlaalu is what I mean there in the last one. How many Indoril quests are there, and can you join Indoril? Right? How many are there? It seems like there's a substantial amount of Indoril activity to where you might be able to join them. Right? That said, aren't they one of the least keen on letting Outlanders in? Right? Even more so than like Redoran. So maybe you can't yet. I would assume that eventually, for all of them, there will be a way in. Even if that involves you needing to prove like you're the Nervarine first or whatever. I would assume eventually they'll all give you at least one way in. You know, it may be that like House Telvanni, House Hlaalu, stuff like that, they have more easy access to their quest arc. You know, you could join from like any number of cities, but perhaps for something even like a Great House that's even more exclusionary, there might be only one route in, which I think would be kind of fun. I would be down for like the idea like, oh, maybe you can never join this Great House, you know? But I think it's also worth considering that, you know, in Elder Scrolls, especially in Morrowind, we're such an exceptional individual that I think I'm willing to be like, yeah, it makes sense that you could join, that the Nervarine of all people could join at some point or another, you know? Makes sense. All right. Anyway, goodness gracious. Let's see. What all can we read at the end of this before we close things out? Let's see here. I was hopeful that we could read something like a big anthology, but maybe it worked out because we went quite heavy on the questing itself. Oh, what was the book that I had just picked up? I know not. I don't know what it was. Yeah, I don't remember what book it was that I had just recently picked up. Okay. Well, in light of all that... Oh, was it Ebonheart a History? No, I think maybe we had read that. I still need to update my Morrowind reading list. I just recently updated the Oblivion one. Oh, it was King Helseth. Right, how long is this? It's about medium length. Alright, we'll give this one a read. Apologies here real quick. I am going to take a quick drink. Sorry. All right. Sorry again. King Helseth, a biography by Ervil Hlaalu. On the 10th of mid-year, 3rd era 376, a child was born to the Queen of Mournhold and her husband. This child would grow from a tumultuous childhood to become The greatest hope of all Morrowind, King Hlaalu is the firstborn child of Symmachus, former king of Morrowind, and Baranziah, the former queen of Wayrest. Now that Helseth has returned to fill the empty throne of Morrowind in the wake of old King Hlaalu Lathan's tragic death, the homeland of the Dunmer has a bright future indeed. King Helseth's early childhood in Mournhold was idyllic. He grew up with the best tutors that Morrowind could provide, and quickly showed an aptitude for intellectual pursuits and complex stratagems. Always a confident child, he impressed all with his youthful precociousness and courtly air. Wait, he impressed people with his youthful precociousness? I've only ever heard people refer to others as being precocious as, like, a fault. Okay. I guess. Sure. Okay. In the year Third Era 384, a young sister to Helseth was born to Duke Symmachus and Queen Baranziah. The new child was named Morgaya, and she showed a sweet disposition from the very first day. The two children spent much time together when Helseth wasn't occupied with his studies. They showed a natural affinity and rarely bickered. Where Morgaya was sweetness and light, Helseth was studious and serious. However, when Helseth was 13 events in Cyrodiil. I think there's a missing bit of punctuation. However, when Helseth was 13, events in Cyrodiil threatened to sweep away the first family of Morrowind. The traitor Jagar Tharn had imprisoned the true emperor and taken his form. Wars broke out over all of Tamriel, and most serious of all, a revolt began in Morrowind. Queen Baranziah and her children traveled to the Imperial City to beg the false emperor to intervene. In her absence, Duke Symmachus was murdered by a mob in Mournhold, and the province of Morrowind descended into chaos. Baranziah sheltered the children from the knowledge of their father's death for as long as she could, but the time came when they could be protected no longer. Helseth took the news well, and vowed that he would not befall the same fate as his father. Baranziah deduced that the emperor sitting on the throne was in fact an impostor, through her impressive knowledge of the School of Illusion. King Edwyr, yeah, that's what it was. I mean, I guess in some ways it was. King Edwyr had also traveled to the Imperial City for assistance, and quickly reached the same conclusion regarding the emperor. Together, he and Baranziah worked secretly to unmask the traitor Jagar Tharn. Helseth at this time continued his lessons and learnt the magic arts from the best teachers the Imperial City Mages Guild could provide. His interest, however, remained in alchemy, teasing hidden properties from ingredients sourced from the far corners of Tamriel. Hlaalu Lathan was announced as King of Morrowind, with the approval of the Holy Tribunal, and managed to restore peace to the province. Not dynamic, rousing, or especially imaginative, Lethan was, nevertheless, able to use his measure of popularity to unite the divisive elements of Morrowind. However, the province remained in need of a strong royal figure in the mold of Symmachus. After the restoration of the rightful emperor, Baranziah had no wish to return to Mournhold, the death of her loyal husband hanging like a cloud over the great city. She was wed to the widowed King Edwyr and moved to Wayrest to become queen, renouncing the throne of Morrowind. Helseth and Morgaya moved with their mother to Wayrest. Edwyr had one daughter from his previous marriage, Princess Elisana. Thus, Helseth became a prince of Wayrest and an heir to the throne of this most prosperous of nations in the Iliac Bay. Helseth's time in Wayrest was a happy one for the young Myr. He did everything possible to integrate himself fully into the life of Wayrest, as many nobles were initially cautious about the Dunmer prince. He even had his elven ears trimmed to look like human ears, and he made influential friends among the Elder Council, a collection of powerful nobles in Wayrest. His knowledge of alchemy and sorcery continued to develop, with some at the time accusing the prince of machinations and politics most dark, including the poisoning of rivals. However, is plainly false, as the prince is a scholar and gentleman, and would not stoop to such a despicable level. While in Wayrest, the young prince was temporarily linked to a number of women of Wayrest nobility, although no permanent affection developed. For Morgaia, the situation was considerably different. She was most advantageously married to King Carudel of First Hold, the most powerful of city-states in the Somerset Isles. Upon the death of good King Edwire, the Elder Council upheld the traditional laws of succession, and Princess Alisana ascended the throne. It is widely believed that Baranzai and Helseth were forced to leave by Queen Alisana after a bitter succession challenge, but this is not true. Cordial relations remain between Queen Alisana and her adopted brother, the beneficent King Helseth. I've never seen beneficent in my life. Baranzai decided it was time to bring her son back to Morrowind, his ancestral homeland. They settled on an estate outside of Almalexia, after King Lethen invited them to return. Soon after this, King Lethen's nominated heir passed away suddenly while on a hunting expedition on Baranzai's new estate. King Lethen never recovered from the death of his beloved protege, and passed away soon after. Interesting. Much politicking occurred after the death of Hlaalu Lethen, particularly between the great houses. House Indoril maintained that it was their right to name the new king and that Helseth was not eligible through his mother's renunciation of the crown. House Hlaalu was saddened by the sudden death of their king, but desperately wanted to maintain control over the figurehead position. Hlaalu Helseth negotiated energetically with the nobles of House Hlaalu and managed to secure their support in his bid for the throne. House Indoril bitterly opposed this, but was forced to give way to Hlaalu after an imperial delegation expressed support for Helseth, the most cosmopolitan and vital of the candidates. Helseth elected to have a swift, restrained coronation, as his profile was not high among the people of Morrowind due to his long absence from the court. He has not proved lax in improving this situation, however. This most generous of kings pledged himself to help restore the honor of old Morrowind through a strong, independent monarchy. Those who know the king are generous in their praise, and he has won grudging respect even from his opponents. Morrowind is set to win back the glory of Resdayn, with mighty King Helseth in the vanguard. Very fascinating. Very fun to have a little bit of, it alluding to some clandestine activity carried out by Hlaalu Helseth. Right? Very interesting. Okay. Reads almost like a Baranzai book, you know? Not like the real Baranzai, but biography of Baranzai. Alright. Well, that'll do it for now. Next week, when we return, we will, like I said, we'll carry on at the monastery. And maybe we'll do Raven's quest, at the very least. There's definitely some quests out here. We could go down into the vault as well. You know what? Maybe we should do some quests around here at the shitty plantations. Yeah, maybe we should. Get some more insight into these people out here and the horrible things that they're doing and why they have so many fucking enormous vases. Alright. Until next time, please take care of each other.